I consider Streets of Rage to be nearly the best beat 'em up out there, so I was obviously excited to play Fighting Force for the first time. You see, the first Fighting Force game was intended to be Streets of Rage 4. IDOS developed it and pitched it to Sega, with the game being very far into development. Sega didn't pick it up, so, as revenge, IDOS put it on every single non-Sega platform. It was on PC, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation 1. This game feels very Streets of Rage-like and is a super entertaining experience, and honestly, my favorite beat 'em up. You can destroy items in the environment and pick up some others and use them as weapons, basically breaking everything into smaller pieces to throw at bad guys. This was the game's main mechanic, and it's quite satisfying. Sadly, the sequel is not so good. It's like if the first game got mixed with Tomb Raider and only had one playable character. Hawk. You know, the one character nobody played as in the original. That was a reskin of Axel, the Streets of Rage character nobody played as. The most basic and boring character possible is who they decided should be in this game.
We got enough on Nakamichi to justify a raid, and that's where I come in. Psycops, Agent Manson, Hawk Manson. Like other agents, I'm packing the usual body enhancements, and enough firepower to take out a city. Anything to give me the edge.
With there being only one character playable in the sequel, you know what that means? No multiplayer. And the multiplayer was honestly my favorite part of the original Fighting Force. So I see no reason to buy the sequel. Do you? And the cherry on top of all this is that the controls are just absolutely terrible. And I mean terrible. Because, I mean, just look at the demo. Even the person giving the demonstration does not understand the controls. The only other thing worth mentioning in this game are the enemies, who aren't even remotely threatening. The problem is that they have guns but rarely use them. If you beat one of many of them up and take their gun, you can clear out an entire room. Also, the enemy AI can be very buggy, but they usually do the beat 'em up standard of stare at you for 5 seconds, then punch you, then stare at you some more. But the only thing that I can't wrap my head around about these enemies is why they're dressed like Power Rangers. If they really wanted to blend in and do their covert terrorist operations, they wouldn't be wearing this. Well, my final thoughts on this game are that it's bland in most aspects, and in no way in the same level of quality as the first game. This was a huge letdown, so I give it a 3 out of 10. Not at all worth buying it.